So yeah, I'm here with the awesome, the great, the talented, the lyricist. First saw you performing at House of Vans. I got the shirt on right here.
Oh, nice. That's what's
The
up.
the awesome Curtis Roach. First off, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm kind of tired, but I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Tired. I mean, I know you're super busy. I saw your performance at the L Club on YouTube the other day.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
off, how was it?
Yesterday I had a art show that I curated and it was from 5 to 9, but I was there all day like trying to get everything together. It was my first time curating an art show. So I didn't know like the ins and outs of what had to go on. Like I was there waiting on the installer. There was like trying to get everybody's band to load in and like making sure the DJs, everything was running. It ended up great. Like it was a beautiful experience. But yeah, like I've been up since like 3 a.m.
Oh my God, brother.
and I got like a little bit of sleep last night, but I definitely need a nap.
Man, why do we tell we could have postponed this, man? Come on.
No, no, hell no, fuck no, because I'm bringing the energy, okay?
Hey, I feel it, bro. Wait, what made you want to start curating art events?
Um, I guess the biggest thing is just like I love art. I love artsy things and I love like building community, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up I came up in the art scene in Detroit and like I always loved certain events and I felt like I had like a different vision for certain things. Like, dang, it would be cool if we did something like this, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And just combined the different things. It was a little bit like once I was in it, now I was like, oh, I get why people like only do like DJs and I get why only people like focus on one end of things. But yeah, I mean, it was a learning experience, and I think I'm going to do some more stuff like that because I love building community and like seeing people just come together and like enjoying themselves. So yeah.
So what are you gonna try to do like once every month, once every couple months, or just, a few a year? What's the plan with this?
Yeah, I want to do once a month, for right now, and then
Mhm.
maybe if it like gets super popular, maybe we can do something like weekly or something like awesome, or like just at like a different venue every time or something. I don't know, but yeah, I think the way that I got the response last night, a lot of people were like, "Yo, you need to do this like all the time." So
All right.
yeah.
So from the sound of things, you had art, as you said, you had a DJ going, so it was live performances too.
Yeah, I had my band with me. I performed and I had stupidly performed with his band and my homie Ronnie. He performed too. I actually was DJing for him. So I was wearing many hats last night. Yeah, I was all over the place actually. But yeah.
You're the curator, the DJ, the performer. Damn, did you put on
Yeah.
that piece up too?
I wish like that was the only thing I couldn't do. But yeah.
Damn, man. All right. Well, first, this interview was going to be talking about your music scene, but the art scene is pretty interesting too. But my first question is my real first question.
Mhm.
I've always been curious about this because in the Detroit music scene, you have a name that's national at this point. It's all over the place. But in the Detroit music scene, your name isn't typically brought up among those with that traditional Detroit style.
Mhm.
I always wondered why you thought that was.
Um, I I think it's because I guess my like the general topics that I talk about aren't like what, you know,
Yeah.
our Detroit sound requires, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely tried to do that sound a few times. Like last year I put out a song that was kind of like that called Where the Money
Where the
At.
money I was gonna bring that question up. That was on my that was my
And we can talk about that. But it was one of them things where like I was having fun and I was like, you know what, let me try this because like I know it's in me. I know it's in me. You know what I'm saying? The spirit is there, and appreciate that side of our music scene too. Like, I feel like when I first started rapping, I feel like there was some type of like where I was like being a rebel indigo child, trying to be like, yo, nah, we could be more than that. But that's really my whole thing is like I came from the offspring of Dilla. You know what I'm saying? Like I got Tribe Called Quest tatted on my hand or on my arm,
Yeah.
and I'm from the native tongue offspring just naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a hip hop guy. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that those guys aren't lyrical on that side because they're super lyrical. They're barred out. It's just a different offspring. They're from the offspring of the Blade Icewoods and stuff. So and in middle school, I was bumping, Doughboys Cash Out and Team East Side, Team, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was there. Like, it was no way to avoid it. And I think the fact that they're like, they get to shine first
Mhm.
is great. But like, for me, I think I'm just a naturally like super artsy kid. I wear Vans and I'm like, I was always just kind of like the outcast, and I kind of like I just kind of made it so it's like my music spoke to like the weird black kids from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? To show that there are different kids from Detroit. Like not everybody in Detroit is, drug dealing, not everybody is, toting guns and stuff like that. You don't have to do that to be a rapper. I remember when I was a young kid, I thought that you had to be on that shit just to get successful in rap because by the time I was 4 or 5, 50 Cent was like the guy.
Yeah.
So like gangster rap was still just in our face. And then we got the Kanye's and Pharrell's and all that stuff like that to make it like, oh, okay, you could do something different. But it was like still like, even in Detroit, it's just like the mainstream is that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just kind of I think I don't take it personally whenever somebody's like, yo, your shit is like super weird or different. I'm like, hey, that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? We need because we're three-dimensional people, you know what I'm saying? Or five-dimensional, six-dimensional, wherever you want to go.
Multi-dimensional.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I get you. I get you. And I was gonna say in future, like in future songs, do you think you'll ever like collaborate with those people? Like with the common Detroit artist who typically does talk about, what Detroit artists specifically talk about or usually talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to it. I think more now than ever, I've seen like a lot of people collab on that spectrum too. Like there's been more even on the quote unquote hood side, because I don't even want to call it hood music, but it's like I see that they also got a little weirdness to them too. Like they sample things that have like they're musical people on their end too. So it's like I could see it meshing so perfectly. I think there's just some type of like there's some disconnect that I feel like with a conversation or a song, it could just like boom come
Yeah.
together. It'd be the most beautiful thing ever. Like we obviously Detroit is the shit. Like hands down on all spectrum. Everything that comes from Detroit is dope as fuck. From Motown to now, it's like we're talented as fuck. There's no reason why we shouldn't be on the same, vibe. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a disconnect because it's like maybe on our end there's like damn they overlooking us, and on their end they just like these niggas on some weird shit. I don't know, but it's like I think we're all the same, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, niggas got the same experience. We all had our bike stolen at one point, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I was just talking to my homie the other day. He from the east side, and it's literally no different from the west side. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's only a few couple things that's different, but it's all still Detroit. Like, you know?
Hell yeah, man. Wait, you from the West Side, right?
Yes.
You from okay, cool, cool, cool.
But I was all over the place. I mean, I
Yeah,
had divorced parents, so like I was just, moving
yeah.
around all the time. But yeah.
All right, hell yeah, brother. So let's talk about the band, man. First off, when did you cut your hair?
Were
Wait,
you expecting me to have locks?
I wasn't expecting. I knew you cut your hair at a certain point, but I wasn't sure when you cut your hair.
Oh, okay, yeah. I cut my hair at the beginning of 2021, 2022. I think. I forgot now at this point, but I think it for me, short answer, it was just like an energetic thing. I just wanted to like let go of because
Hmm.
I had my locks for like 7 years, and like every time I feel like for a year before I cut my locks, I was telling people, and everybody was like, "No, people know you for your locks. No, everybody knows the locks. It's like your look." And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm way more than my hair, first off. Like let's stop that. But yeah, I felt way better when I like cut my locks for some reason. I was just like, feels good. I can like jump in the water and not have to worry about my hair like drying for like 6 hours or something. So yeah,
It feels free.
feels free. Yeah.
That's dope, man. But yeah, I was gonna ask about the band. So tell me, how did this all come about? Like you said, okay, I'm tired of performing solo. I want people to join me now. How did that like what was the thought process behind getting the band?
Um, I got I got an opportunity to do a live band a few years ago for like 2 songs, and I was like, damn, this is really dope. And then I went through a period where I wasn't doing bands. I was just back on my DJ stuff.
Mhm.
And then I'll give Stoop Lee the inspiration for sure, because I saw Stoop Lee with his band, and he's incredible. He's an amazing. He was at our show yesterday,
Mhm.
and like he was like, bro, why don't you have a band? Like you would sound dope with a band. I'm like, why don't I have a band? And it was actually, it all kind of just fell together because like my homie Raven, she was like, she's friends with my girlfriend, and she was like, yo, do you have anybody that's like playing, music for you? I was like, nah, but we can hook
Yeah.
that up. And it all kind of came together, and when it came together, we was all rehearsing, and then like we got a show at the L Club, and then it like fell in place. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to DJs for real, for real. It's like at this point, like it sounds so good, you know? But yeah. Yeah,
Wait,
shout out to Stoop Lee. He definitely put that battery in my back. He was like, bro, you need a live band for sure.
I'll tell you this because I'm in a hip hop band as well.
Okay.
Add a DJ with it.
Add a
Add,
DJ with it?
add a DJ with it. I'm telling you. It'll take it to a new level, man.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Like, I've heard some people have like their beat machines with them, so like they could play like, the stems and stuff. But yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, because like the DJ, what I've noticed is when you have a DJ, one, they set the tempo for the band before your stage gets on, or before you get on. So they play
Mhm.
like your specific songs, or something that's not on the set list, and they set the tempo, and then on top of that, they do your ad libs with you, and then so it's a whole nother element that they add that's like necessary.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
What?
Also, by the way, I love the cowboy bebop in the
Oh
background.
yeah,
That's just
yeah.
fire.
Thank you,
That's just
thank you.
fire. What is that other one?
Silk Sonic. This their first.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I just noticed that stuff.
Yeah. So who's all in the band?
Raven on bass.
Wait,
My homie Kevin is on the keys. We just added Kevin on the keys. It was like he did the show last night. Bonsai Na on the guitar. She wasn't there yesterday. She's in LA. But yeah, yeah, she's cool as fuck. And my homie Tariq on the drums. Yeah. So yeah.
Raven's in my band.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. And that's
And
another thing that's so cool about that. It's
yeah,
so dope because like everybody knows each other too. When I was like,
yeah.
yo, I got Tariq playing drums, Stoop was like, oh, I go way back with Reek. Like I know Reek. So
And
yeah.
yeah. And Bonsai Night, she's in I believe that's a she, right? Yeah. Bonsai.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Danny Darling. the band Danny
Mhm.
Darling. And
Yep.
I just interviewed Danny Darling, I want to say like a month ago. Oh my, yeah, it's all connected here.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the intertwinedness of all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. So you did the art show. What show is next? What's like the next live performance that people can find you at?
Um, so I got a show in Chicago. That's gonna be with George. I'm gonna be with disc jockey George. So it's gonna be DJ stuff. I
Okay.
mean, I love when because like my DJs are all like my homies. So it's like when I say that I don't want to go back to a DJ, like I say that loosely, like, but I love hanging with my homies and like rocking out with them because it's still a great chemistry. It's a different
Yeah.
chemistry though. So yeah, that's gonna be in Chicago, and then I have another show on Cinco de Mayo in at the L Club actually.
Oh,
So
nice. All right, cool.
yeah, so it's gonna
Um,
be Southwest.
so you're in all of these different art spaces. You just said you have your DJ scene, you have your art scene, you have your music scene as a performer. Is there like a different like element or a different mood to all of those scenes that you like have to navigate or have trouble navigating?
That's a good question. No. No, but I do find myself with like imposter syndrome sometimes,
Mm,
which is like stupid. And I feel like a lot of artists go through that. Like, I feel like I have to remind myself, like, yo, you belong in these spaces. People appreciate what you're doing. Like, sometimes I think I'm an overthinker over
mm,
in general. Like, I'm hard on myself, you know? But,
yeah.
in certain spaces when it's in person, I feel like it's the biggest like confirmation or affirmation of, you know what I'm saying, like whatever I was overthinking, it like always just like is quiet because
Mm,
like there's somebody right there in front of you that's like, yo, I appreciate you. Like I've had people come up to me and tell me that like a certain song of mine like changed their life or like saved their life. Like, and it kind of is like weird to hear. Like, I'm like, whoa, like I definitely made this in my basement, like on some like didn't think that that was gonna happen, but like thank you. Like this is what I do this for, you know what I'm saying? So I think when it comes down to like just being in physical spaces and like seeing people, like I really enjoy that shit too. Like it actually helps with like the overthinking and all the imposter syndromes that I go through. But yeah.
oh man, that is super cool to hear. I can only imagine how that feels. Uh, um, so with that being said, I've we touched on this earlier, but
Mm.
where do you see yourself? You have all of these hats. Where do you see yourself in the current music scene?
I just want
That's
to
a
keep on making music. I just want to keep on making music, man. Like that's really my biggest thing. I just want to make dope art and I don't want to give up because I've seen people like when they turn like a certain age or something like that. Like I'm 23, I'm about to be 24 next month, which is kind of crazy. Like I was just talking with somebody yesterday, like, damn, 2017 was 7 years ago, and we graduated high school in 2017. And like I think the pandemic fucked everybody's time perception up and shit, but it's like I'm not trying to just move off of age either, like at this point. Like I love hip hop, I love music, and I want to continue to do that. And if that takes me to different things like wearing these hats of like DJing every once in a while or curating or something like that, I'm down for whatever because I'm just all for the art, you know what I'm saying? And that's my answer. Give these long answers. I'm
no, no,
sorry.
they're perfect. They're perfect. Trust me. My rule of thumb as a journalist is never talk more than your interviewer or
Yeah,
interviewee.
okay.
Yeah, so this is perfect. You're making me feel old as hell. I'll let you know that right now.
Oh yeah, well I didn't mean
Yeah,
to
no,
do
no, no,
this.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing. Um, so in 2022, you did release those three songs, True, Old Antique Shop, and Where the Money At. How long does it take you to like typically release a project, or are you working on a project?
That's a good question. I am working on a project. I'm working on an EP right now with Illingsworth,
Mhm.
and I have two singles coming out from that project, and I'm just finishing it up. But I'd take a long time to release music. I'm not one of those people that like I'm just pumping out music all the time for two reasons. Like I don't want to oversaturate, and I don't want to like burn myself out. And I'm also a person that's very like delicate with my stuff. Like I treat it like I have so much intention with my shit. Like I want it to be something that like lives on forever and shit. And I don't want to just put out some shit like where it's just like, yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that song. Like I don't want to forget about my music. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I've run into some people who are like, damn, I forgot I made that song. Like I just made that shit. And I mean, hey, to each his own, but like I think I will get better with like my output too, because like sometimes, like I said, I overthink, and like I think there's a lot of things where it's like I get in my own way
Mhm.
with music too. Like when it comes down to, maybe I'll write something and I'm like, did I already say this, or am I saying this like the right way, or is this rhyme scheme the same rhyme scheme that I've used before, or you know what I'm saying, is this topic like all these things is like getting in the way, and really music is like I don't know, like it's not coming out of us, it's like coming through us. It's like something where it's like the inspiration is right there and it's happening. So it's like why should I stop it and be in the way of it? And so like to answer your question, I am working on a project and I will get better with outputs.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's just like it takes time, It takes time.
So yeah, the one thing that I did notice with your music is that you can hear the detail because all of your songs, they have this musical environment to them where it all feels like you're watching a sunset almost. Like think
Mhm.
about the topic. You can talk about
Wow.
fucking somebody up and beating their
Mhm.
ass. It still sounds so pleasant to
Mhm.
the musical environment somehow. Is
Wow.
that
Thank
something
you.
that you like put into like, hey, I want to create this atmosphere with every one of my songs. Is that
Yeah.
like, intentional?
Yeah, man. I think the people that I even listen to, like Stevie Wonder and
Mhm.
Tyler and like Anita Baker. I listen to a lot of Anita Baker. I ain't gonna lie. But like just great musicians that like I learned from. I feel like that essence is what I try and bring to my music. Is like I want it to feel like you're here with me. Like I don't want it to be like where I'm like untouchable
Yeah.
on some shit. Like, oh damn, I can't. This person is so unreal. Like I want it to be like I'm your homie and you're listening to this in my living room and we're both listening to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's like my goal with a lot of my music too.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. And my last question, is there anything else you want to put out there? Let the people know.
Um, have a great day. Stop overthinking. Don't overthink. We're all beautiful beings and we all are capable of doing great things.
Oh yeah. Thank you
So
very much. Thank you very much, brother.
thank you.